afternoon baseball here on the show. Ought to be a good one here between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Baltimore Orioles. Orioles baseball coming up next. John Means, a Kansas-born left-hander, will be doing the pitching. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, every team needs a pitcher like this one here. His numbers aren't going to blow you away. Career ERA just under 4. But one thing he does, he takes the ball every 5 days, throws strikes, and gives his team a chance to win every single time he goes out there. He'll be fun to watch in this one here today.
Standing in, Kevin Newman. And we are ready for some daytime baseball. Here comes the first pitch. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1.
First pitch, 1 o'clock.
Hit out towards second. Alberto fields it cleanly, 1 away.
Batting second, the center fielder, number 10, Brian Reynolds.
So digging in now, Brian Reynolds. First delivery to him on the way.
Ball 1, no play.
Very nice afternoon, high skies and 77 degrees at game time. 1 out, nobody on. A 2-0 count to the Bucs center fielder. Reynolds sees the ball really well when facing left-handed pitching and generally picks up a lot of hits against southpaws. He isn't known for displaying a ton of power, however, in these matchups.
Yeah, in today's game, when you're hearing the word launch angle, I don't think it applies to him against left-handed pitching. He can put a lot of balls in contact. He doesn't get himself into too many count leverage situations and tries to go deep too much. Just a guy who really puts bat to ball.
Here now the 2-2. Hit weakly on the ground to short. And the off-balance throw will be too late, so a good effort that time, but it's an infield single.
Hey, that's great hustle right there out of the box. Not everybody's getting it right out of the chute from step one, but I have to ask you, Dan, how frustrating executing a pitch and there's an infield knock.
It is, D-Roy, and you can read that right off the bat as a pitcher. You can read the angle. You know that that ball is going to be hit on the ground, and you're thinking deep down inside, okay, there's a quick out, and it just wasn't meant to be.
And that'll bring in Adam Fraser. Iglesias into shallow left, but he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grass. Throw just does beat him to the bag, and that was pretty close.
Oh, man, I don't know how that happened. Looked to be a base hit to the outfield, but then all of a sudden the throw comes in, and they get the force on the plate. To be honest, that just can't happen.
So it's a runner at first with 2 gone, and digging into bat next, the big bat of Josh Bell. Has a look, now the pitch. First pitch fastball swung on and missed, 0-1. Fraser, the runner at first with 2 gone. A count of 1-1 to the Pirates' first baseman. And there are our umpires. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Ed Drummond.
Yeah, Matty, we got a good one behind the dish today in Ed Drummond. Well liked by all people, pitchers, batters, managers. All you want as a player is the ability to talk to someone. And that's what Ed does. He gives you that chance.
Zero, you hit a nail right on the head. He has a real long fuse. He's not afraid to let a hitter or a pitcher, I'm not saying complain about a particular pitch, but he's not the guy that's going to get mad and throw somebody and give him the boot just because a guy doesn't like a pitch.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. 1 left for Pittsburgh. The Orioles due up in the first, no score. Chris Archer gets the start for Pittsburgh in this one. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Chris Archer, one of the premier pitchers in baseball. When he's good, he's nearly unhittable. Great fastball with movement. Slider probably his best pitch, and the changeup has been much better recently. If Chris Archer brings his A game, it's going to be a long night for the hitters.
Austin Haynes the next to bat. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Now here's the pitch.
Nope. Count 1-0.
The 1-0 home. Hayes, just 24 years of age. This is his second year as a major leaguer. Now the 2-0 is swung on and missed. Strike one.
Oh, I love that pitch right there. Up and in. Jam sandwich.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
That's a great pitch for a spot like that. It looks like a strike, then it just comes in out of the zone. If you can command that with movement, it's a very effective pitch to pitching hitters inside.
Count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now the payoff pitch home. Down the first baseline. But this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1.
One thing to know is not all strikeouts are created equal. Right there, he goes down on strikes, but he really made that guy on the mound work for it. And when you're doing that in the first inning, it can have an effect on how deep he's going to be able to go into this start. There's a big difference between that and going down on 3 or 4 pitches.
Here's the shortstop now, Jose Iglesias, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Swing and a flare hit toward right. Polanco coming on, and he tracks it down. A nice running play to record the second out.
No outfielder. Anthony Santander.
In now for the O's, Anthony Santander. They'll swing it from the left side right here. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. One strike now from Archer. And low, it's a ball and a strike. There's a shin-high slider laid off for a ball. A little early, and now it's even at 2-2. Archer looks in, and the pitch. Oh, and here's a drive. Well hit out to straightaway center. Reynolds is on the move for it. Into the bleachers, and gone. So it's a solo shot to dead center. As the O's are on the board first, it's 1-0.
That's how the manager drew it up right there. Hold the visiting team scoreless and then grab a huge home run in the first.
Chris Davis at the plate now.
The first baseman.
As he'll take a look at a strike on the outside corner, it's 0-1. Head-to-head against Chris Archer, he's got 8 hits in 36 at-bats. And of those hits, 3 of them were of the home run variety. The windup and the 0-1. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. Davis, who's often called Crush Davis. He was a 5th-round pick during the first-year player draft of 2006.
Hey, nothing has been handed to this guy, drafted in the middle rounds, and he has found his way in the big leagues. This has turned out to be a really nice pick. Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
And if you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball's going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
And here's Renato Nunez, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Yanked the slider across that time, laid off for a ball.
Going to need to make a little bit of an adjustment with his slider release and at least tempt the hitter that it's going to be a strike.
A 2-1 count to Nunez.
Looks like that bomb earlier in the inning kind of put this pitcher on the defensive. Not being very aggressive right now.
And he misses again. Ball 3.
Good job to work the count and put himself back in the driver's seat. Started off with 1 strike, and now he's got the count in his favor, 3-1.
A full count to the Orioles' designated hitter.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. Lots of possible outcomes on this pitch.
And a check swing here, but he holds up far too late as it's strike 3, and the inning is over. Orioles on the board first thanks to the solo home run. We'll head to the top of the second, and Baltimore has the early 1-0 lead. Here's Gregory Polanco. He'll get us started in the top of the second.
The right fielder, Gregory Polanco.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. Oh, and he had him guessing there, and it's a ball and a strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And it's 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3. Jose Osuna is on deck. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Popped him up. Cisco over to his left. 1 out.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Jose Osuna.
So the next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Jose Osuna, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Now here's the pitch.
Ball 1.
In today's game, everybody's trying to work off the mound north-south, trying to elevate that heater. He wanted that pitch right there, but I can tell you as an offensive player, I'd rather give you 6 inches off east-west than to have you call that high fastball.
Look out, 2-0 now.
You know, we'll see him work both sides of the plate with his curveball. Maybe not that far in, but he'll move that pitch around the zone to give it a different look.
That finds the zone, a called strike. Orioles out to an early 1-0 lead here in inning number 2. And it misses. 3-1 now. Colin Moran is on deck. The 3-1. And he lost him here on 3-2 as that pitch misses. It's ball 4.
Batting 7, the third baseman, Colin.
So a runner at first with 1 out now, and that'll bring up Colin Moran. Has a look, now the pitch.
Nope, that's down.
The 1-0 home. Fouled off. Runners on first with 1 down. A little low. It's 2-2. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. And he tried to hold up that time. We'll get an appeal down to third, and no swing. It's ball 3. The 3-2 pitch. Hard hit ball to short. And that gets through for a 1-out base hit.
A lot of traffic hitting the base pass first and second with 1 out. I know you're looking for a double play ball, Dan.
No question about it. I think one of the things you like to do on a pitcher is try to jump on him early before he gets settled in. So far, so good. First and second, looks like a big inning could be brewing.
Jacob Stallings will be the next hitter. As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Breaking pitch, and this bounces in front of the catcher.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be really aggressive. With 2 guys already on, pretty good shot. He's going to get a challenge pitch right here.
And he pops it up. And no one can get there. He'll try it again. Fastball, and looks like they're pinching him a bit here. It's 3-1.
3-1 here. You have to make a good pitch on the mound. Grooving one here rarely works in your favor unless the hitter tries to do too much with it.
And he fouls this one off. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. Digging in now, Guillermo Heredia, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. First pitch of the at-bat. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Ready with the 0-1. Swing and a high pop-up back onto the outfield grass now. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Pirates strand a couple. It remains 1-0. Rio Ruiz to the plate now. He's set to lead off the home half of the second.
The third baseman, Rio Ruiz.
First pitch on its way. Line toward the gap in left center. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Batting set, the second baseman, Alberto.
Striding in, Hanser Alberto. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A ball and no strikes. The 1-0 home. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. It's a two-run shot to straightaway left, and the Orioles have now taken a 3-0 lead.
Wow, not every call is going to go your way, and there are some pitchers that pitchers think are pitchers' pitches, and you don't get that, and it puts you in a bad spot, and you could tell that it affected him. He was fuming, and he really wanted that last pitch, and the result, he lost focus and made another bad pitch.
And now, DJ Stewart. 0-1 the count. No outs, nobody on. Hits this one hard the other way, and that's through for a hit.
Looks like the pitching coach is going to come out and have a word with him. Don't like to see that in the second inning, but once he makes sure he's okay physically, I'm sure it'll be just words of encouragement the rest of the way.
And that'll bring up the catcher, Chance Sisco. Step on the bag for one. Over to Bell for the double play.
Good pitch on the ground ball there, and an even better job up the middle to take it himself, and turn two. Pretty smooth.
Ready now for Baltimore, Austin Haynes. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. Archer steps into his windup. Here it comes.
Ball, that's out.
2 out, nobody on. And a fastball in there for a strike. 1-1. Two balls and a strike to the Orioles leadoff hitter.
Big sweeping breaking ball right there. A good pitch, but if he wants to get him to swing at it, he'll have to bring it in a little bit closer to the strike zone.
And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
I'd be real surprised if he goes back out away there on the mound. This is a count for a fastball challenge, and we'll see if he's ready for it in the box.
He loses him on ball 4.
What's the saying? When you find yourself in a hole, the first thing you should do is stop digging. Well, the guy on the bump obviously hasn't heard that one.
In now, Jose Iglesias. He flew out in his last at-bat. First offering on its way. Maybe a little jumpy there as he swings through the fastball.
With the way this guy's throwing on the mound, you cannot be chasing. You have to set your sights a little bit lower and control the strike zone.
2 out with the man at first. Throw over to the bag, and he'll get back in safely. And another throw over, and he'll dive back in. 0-1 pitch on its way. This one's blooped out toward right center field. Here's Reynolds moving forward on it. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. So a struggle that time for him in center field, and as a result, he'll be tagged with the E8 on the play. Anthony Santander the next to bat as he lays off a fastball too low for ball one.
Even though we're still in the early going, I think this game's at a tipping point right now. They've got a chance to put this game out of reach, but if they can't score anymore here, the other guys feel like the door's still open.
That one's going to find the seats. Strike one. Here's the 1-1. Weakly hit to third. He's got it. Throw to first in time, and the big inning is avoided as the side is retired. But the Orioles strike for two thanks to the two-run home run. We've played two. It's now 3-0 Baltimore. At the plate, Kevin Newman 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
The shortstop, Kevin Newman.
Here's the first pitch to him. 0-1. Here's the pitch. And this is high, a ball and a strike.
1-1.
One ball and two strikes to count. The 1-2 pitch. In tight with the slider, 2-2. On the ground to the right side. Alberto has it, and the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out.
Good range shown off into the hole right there. That's not an easy play, but these guys make it look that way sometimes.
Stepping up now, Brian Reynolds. Pitch on the way. He couldn't catch up with the gas that time.
Well, he kind of tipped his hand right there. His approach is obviously sitting on the off speed because he was so late on that first pitch heater.
A ball and a strike now. The 1-1 home. 1-2 now. Now here's the pitch.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
One out, nobody on. Skied into straightaway right. Stewart is over just a few steps to his left as he takes it for out number 2.
Now batting, second baseman, Adam Fraser.
So here's Adam Fraser, reached by way of a fielder's choice his first time around. Now the pitch.
1-0.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Lifted the other way to left center. On the run is Santander. He can't get to it. This one's down.
The first baseman, number 55, Josh Bell.
So that'll bring up Josh Bell as he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball 1. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at bat. That evens it up 1-1. A runner on first with 2 away. Chopped to third. Fielded cleanly. On to second for the force out, and the side is retired. Pirates leave 1. They trail it here 3-0. Stepping up to the plate, Chris Davis. A base hit in his first trip.
The first baseman, Chris Davis.
And now a pitch on the way. There's the fastball that gets the lower part of the zone, called for a strike.
I guess the game plan from the offensive standpoint today coming into this one was they were going to work the counts. They've been super patient at the plate in the early goings of this game, and they've got the lead looking for more.
And that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning.
Hey, there's a base hit to lead off the third inning. Talk about having a lot of traffic, D-Roll. He's given up several hits already, so he's been in the stretch most of the game.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Dan. That is the name of the game for this offense. They're trying to get this guy in the stretch. Hopefully he misses over the heart of the plate like he's been doing so far up until this point.
So now to the plate, Reynolds Nunez, as he'll watch a slider that runs out of the strike zone away for ball 1. The 1-0.
Ball, that's off the plate.
You can see this guy's more focused at the plate right now. In that first AB, he went down on strikes.
And he'll try to hold back the swing, but he'll do so unsuccessfully as that's ruled a strike. The 2-1 home.
3 balls, 1 strike.
That's a good take on a fastball out of the zone. Hey, I get it. He's looking for a ball to drive, but that ball was a little bit too far up in the zone. That's one you normally pop right up.
Three and 1. Here it is.
3-2.
Got him to go after the change there, and that'll run things full 3-2.
Hey, there was great arm action on that 3-1 changeup right here. He's got this guy thinking. That's the beauty right now. We go to a full count. Do you sit changeup, or do you stay with the heater?
7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. On the ground to second base. This could be 2. Scooped up to second for 1. Throw on to first won't be in time, so they just get the 1 there.
That was kind of a high degree of difficulty play that time. You see the off-balance throw to the second base, and he couldn't get a lot on it, but they did get the out.
Into the box, Rio Ruiz. He reached on a single in his first try. From the belt, the pitch.
Nope, outside.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. A ball and a strike. Just behind the fastball there. 2 strikes now.
Not likely to see a 4th fastball in this situation. I'm going to eliminate the fastball if I'm at the plate right here.
Runner at first here, 1 man out. Oh, and he can't catch up to the fastball as he swings and misses for the 2nd out.
Hey, I'm not sure what he was sitting on right there. He might have been sitting on an off-speed pitch, but instead he gets the fastball way late. Had no chance to put that ball in play.
And digging into the batter's box will be Hanser Alberto. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Perhaps he can drive another one out of the park just like he did back in the second. One ball, one strike, the count. And he misses 2-1.
Great game plan so far by this offense. They're not chasing any of those breaking balls out of the zone.
A little too tall that time. 3-1 now. DJ Stewart would be next if they can keep this inning alive. Set. Here's the 3-1. Hit in the air down the right field line. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball.
Good spot for an RBI. Put the ball in play with the runner in motion. He could score all the way from first.
And another foul ball. Making him sweat out there. The seventh pitch coming up. Grounded back up the middle. That's through for a base hit. He's now 2 for 2 in this one.
Man, this is just not what he had in mind when the skipper gave him the ball in this one. He's given up 8 hits, and we're not even out of the third inning. He's getting exposed a little bit here.
At the plate, DJ Stewart. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike one. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. Archer comes set. Here's the 0-1. And here's a pitch high and tight for a ball. 1-1. Takes a look at a changeup there, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now.
Hey, this is a big pitch right here. Can't allow them to tack on any more runs. Let's see if he attacks his zone or buries something in the dirt.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. A swing, and this ball is blasted to right field. Nothing's going to keep this one in the ballpark. Into the flag court and gone. So it's a 3-run shot to straightaway right field. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
Wow, nothing more demoralizing than giving up 3 home runs in the first 3 innings of a game. There's having a guy's number, and then there's absolutely owning him. This could be the latter.
Derek Holland is going to come on to pitch here, and in just the 3rd inning, you have to think he'll be asked to eat some innings.
Derek Holland.
Into the box now, Chance Sisco. As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. 0 for 1 here in the early going. The windup and the 0-1.
Nope, that's inside.
3 runs already home here. And he lays off upstairs, but it's ruled a strike, and he can't believe it. 1-2. On the ground to third. He's got it. Throw on to Bell at first, and the side is retired. But the Orioles push across 3 on the strength of a 3-run home run. We played 3 full, and this is now a 6-0 ball game. Ready for another chance? Gregory Polanco. He starts the inning, and Dan, they're down 6 in the early going, so what do they need to do to claw back into this thing?
Well, first of all, Matt, I think they need to start to get some base runners. It's hard to be patient when you're down by 6, but base runners are the key to getting back into this one.
Pitch on the way. Popped him up. And no one will track it down. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
Man, as a pitcher, you have to love pitching 0-2 multiple ways, up, down, in and out, throw the breaking ball, a lot of different ways to get guys out.
Count is 1-2 now. Now here's the pitch. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Again, a 1-2. A bouncer to the left side. And the throw on to first will take care of him. So he's thrown out by the only man standing on the left side of the infield. One away.
Designated hitter, Osuna.
Next will be Jose Osuna. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Too low with the curveball. 1 ball, no strikes. No runs, 3 hits, and 1 error in the contest for the Pirates so far. Sent on the ground out to second. Alberto gloves it, and there's out number 2.
Now batter, third baseman, Colin Moran.
Standing in, Colin Moran, a base hit in his first trip. Pitch on the way. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. There's a breaking ball, but it's laid off and doesn't find the zone.
You know he wants that on the mound, especially if it would have made the count 0-2. Didn't get it, though, so now you have to make another quality pitch on 1-1.
And no complaint about that one. That's a strike, and it's 1-2. And this is taken for a ball high and tight. 2-2.
Well, 2 straight fastballs inside haven't put him away, so now it'll be interesting to see what he turns to.
Fouled away. Fastball is outside, and it's full now. 3-2. Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Stewart will wait on it, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. They still find themselves down 6-0. Welcome back to Baltimore as we send you down to check in with Heidi Watney.
Matt, I had a chance to discuss the state of the Orioles offense with their manager between innings, and overall he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He said their ability to get on the attack and chase the opposing starter from the game prior to the 4th inning obviously sets them up nicely for the rest of the game. Now he just hopes they can keep that same focus at the plate in the middle and late frames, Matt.
Thank you, Heidi. So the batting order turns over now, and set to go. Austin Haynes comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch coming. Here it is. Holland, the former San Francisco Giant, he signed as a free agent with this organization earlier in the season.
Yeah, I know he expected to get a longer-term deal, but these are the facts right now. He is on a one-year deal, and he is going to have to produce if he is going to get that multi-year he's been looking for come off-season.
Strike swinging, timing a little off on that one.
Sometimes you just can't overthink it. If a guy can't hit a certain pitch in a certain quadrant, why would you throw him anything else? Case in point, this guy's cold zone is away, and this pitcher keeps attacking that exact spot.
The 1-2. Hit down the third baseline. Fielded cleanly. And a long throw across the diamond gets him. That's a nice play.
The batter, number 11. Iglesias.
Settling in now, Jose Iglesias. Last time through was a base hit. First delivery to him on the way. Grounded down the third baseline, but a foul ball here. 0-1. 6 runs, 9 hits, and no errors for the Orioles so far. And now a curveball that bounces up to the plate. It's 1-1. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. And now it'll rattle up against the wall. And he'll pull into second with 1 away.
You never want to beat a pitcher that breaks a guy out of a slump, but this guy was too good. You knew it was a matter of time before he started barreling baseballs. That gives him a multi-hit game, and I'm sure he's feeling good about it.
To the plate now, Anthony Santander standing in from the right side as he takes strike 1. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Here comes the 0-1. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now. 0-2.
Hey, as a hitter right here, you can't be leaning out over. I know those first 2 pitches were in the outer half, but nothing saying he can't ride a fastball in right here.
Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. The 1-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
This is on the ground over to first. Bell scoops it up, and he'll take this one to the bag for the out, but meanwhile the runner will move up 90 feet to third base.
The first baseman, number 19,
Here's Chris Davis now. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. Colin pauses. First pitch on the way. Not even close on that swing. No balls and a strike. 2 outs here with a runner at third. Popped up. Newman is there. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. On to the top of inning number 5 we go. It's the Orioles 6 and the Pirates nothing. Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Well, Matt, I talked with Pittsburgh's manager during the inning break about the Pirates' offensive production to this point. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. A lot of their outs have come from weak contact and strikeouts as a result of chasing pitches outside the strike zone. He said it's going to be extremely important for them going forward to be more selective with their swings and force the opposition to throw more strikes.
Thank you, Heidi.
leading off for the
Now at the plate, Jacob Stallings.
This one doesn't look good so far. Down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going, and the last thing you want to do is fall behind where you have to score a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning.
And it's fouled away. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. And now a right-hander up and throwing in the Baltimore bullpen. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. Pulled the fastball down a little too much there. That's ball one.
Boy, he sped him up in this at-bat. Now it's time for the changeup. This guy's got a good one, and he hasn't thrown it yet in this at-bat.
The 1-2.
That's in. Ball two.
He started this guy backwards. Couple of off-speed pitches early, followed by back-to-back heaters. He can go either way he wants to go right now.
Here now the 2-2. Slapped hard the opposite way. And a dive, but it rattles in and out of the glove.
I mean, that has to frustrate the guy on the mound right there. You get him down 0-2, no put-away pitch, works the count back to neutral, and is able to mix in a base hit. Nice job.
That'll bring in Guillermo Heredia now, as he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. And this one's downstairs. It's a ball and a strike.
Hey, that backdoor breaking ball just missed. He had a chance to run it to 0-2.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And there's a base hit on the line.
Up next to Pittsburgh, the shortstop, Kevin Newman.
Into the box, Kevin Newman, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike one. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. The 0-1. Fastball just misses. That's ball one. One and one. Here it comes. Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1.
Hey, lots of guys get too aggressive in a spot like this, but he's done a nice job of gaining some count leverage. Look for him to put the ball and play hard.
All even now. 2-2. None out. Runners at first and second. Hangs on him a bit that time as it's belted out toward deep center field. Gone into the home bullpen for a home run. So a 3-run shot to left center, and with that it's now a 6-3 ball game.
And you can see why they love this guy. He's a leadoff guy with some serious pop, and he pounces on this mistake and knocked it right out of here.
Now here comes the Oriole manager up out of the dugout on his way to the mound, and a change is in the offing, as that'll be all for his starter this afternoon. So the line score will show he departs after just 4 innings of work, and you know they wanted more out of him than this, as he won't even stand to be the winning pitcher here. Hector Velasquez, a right-hander standing 6 foot even, will take over the pitching duties here.
Number 76, Hector Velasquez. Now batting, the center fielder.
In now, Brian Reynolds, as the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Bases are empty here, nobody out. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Stewart is there, and he makes the catch for the out.
Now batting, second baseman, Adam Fraser.
Now at the plate, Adam Fraser. A hit and 2 tries for him so far. First delivery to him on the way. Still only 1 out in the inning. Changed up on him and dropped it in for a called strike.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but this will be a foul ball, and it's still 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
1 ball.
And he looks at a ball, 1-2. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Here's another 1-2. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming up. And this is knocked down on the mound. Safe at first. A good effort to recover there, and he almost made the play, but that's a base hit.
The first baseman, number 55, Josh Bell.
Josh Bell the next to hit, as he'll get caught chasing a bad one there at strike 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch.
1-1.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike.
Hey, he threw that pitch with a purpose to get a double play. Good job to let it go by, though, as a hitter.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Now a ball swung on and heading for the stands in right, and that'll move the count to 1-2 now. Runners on first with 1 down. Hit hard to the right side. And a sliding attempt at first, but this sneaks by him, a base hit. And they'll have runners at the corners following the 1-out single.
Hey, you know what? Right there, he executed a pitch. He can't worry about where it's going. He just wants to put it on the ground right there, give his defense a chance to work, and it found a hole. Period. The end.
Into the box now, Gregory Polanco. 3 across so far in the inning, and another 2 out there on base.
Yeah, Matt, and this inning's really starting to get away from them on the defensive side of the ball. Stranding the rest of those guys out here feels absolutely essential for them at this point.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Fouled off. The 0-1 pitch.
Nope.
Looked like the sinker there dipped a little below the knees. And this is hit hard to the right side. Foul. good bite to that sinker as he gets him to swing through it for out number 2.
That's a pretty unique pitch sequence, guys. Usually pitching is all about mixing pitches and location, but he threw that all out the window to get that strikeout. He offered the same pitch 3 times in a row, so I guess he sort of used that reverse psychology to outthink his opponent.
Stepping in now, Jose Osuna, as he'll take strike 1 on the inside corner. And we'll see what he can do here with a pair of runners on base and 2 gone here in the 5th. The 0-1 hit hard to short. Iglesias is there. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired. But the Pirates played 3 in the inning, all coming on this 3-run home run. On to the bottom of the 5th. It's the Orioles 6 and the Pirates 3. Set now for the bottom of the 5th. To the plate now is the designated hitter, Renato Nunez. 0 for 2 with the runs scored so far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Ball 1.
A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Two balls and no strikes. Got him fishing for that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Boy, what a time to pull the string on him. On 2-0, there's no way anyone's thinking changeup. So if you can locate it, that's pretty much unhittable.
The 2-1.
Down to 3-1.
And just when you needed a shutdown inning, a leadoff walk was certainly not on the agenda. He needs a bear down right here.
And the count will be full. Now the 3-2 pitch. Hit hard up the middle. And this will find its way into center field for a leadoff single.
That's the difference in today's games. Pitchers will throw any pitch in any count, but the batter was able to deliver on a 3-2 breaking ball.
Now to the plate, Rio Ruiz. He's 1 for 2 in the ballgame. First pitch coming. Here it is. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. One and 1 to count. From the belt, the pitch.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Nobody out, runner on first. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Hey, you know in the back of your mind as a batter right here, he's got that nasty sinker. I know it's 0-2, but he might not be looking for the punch out. You have to find a way as a batter to get that 2-seamer up in the zone, or you're going to ground into a double play.
Here now the 2-2. And he popped him up over toward the left side of the infield. Moran battles the sun a bit, but has it for out number 1.
Now back, second baseman, Alberto.
Striding in once again, Hanser Alberto. He scored after reaching on a single in his last time up. He's set. Here it comes.
Hey!
On a line to shortstop, but the runner is back in time to avoid the double play.
Now batting, number 24.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, DJ Stewart. He had that big 3-run homer in his last appearance.
And that last at-bat when he went deep, he turned around a pretty good fastball. So I'm kind of thinking this guy's a good fastball hitter. So I might want to move that ball up and down.
And the throw is in time to get him to retire the side. 1 hit, 1 left. 5 innings complete. It's the Orioles 6 and the Pirates 3. All set for the start of the inning. Coming to the plate now, Colin Moran. His line includes a single and a fly ball in 2 at-bats thus far. He's set and the pitch. In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0. Hit down the line at first, but a foul ball, 1-1. Now here's the pitch.
Ball, that's out.
Hit on the ground to third. Oh, and he has some trouble with it. And the recovery's too late as he's able to beat the throw to first.
Well, nothing earth-shattering about this one. He just didn't finish the play and watched it into his glove. And now they've got the leadoff runner aboard and no outs.
Runner at first following the error. And now it'll be the catcher, Jacob Stallings. From the belt, the pitch. Swinging a ball line down in the left field corner. But this will be foul.
Got to believe the pitcher's going to trust his defense right here. Look for something down in his zone to induce a ground ball double play.
Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch.
Down.
And this is pulled hard but foul. Hope they brought their gloves for that one out there. A runner at first with no outs here. And he fouls this one off. Two balls and 2 strikes the count to the Pirates catcher. And he comes back with 1 down and in for ball 3. Sinker misses, ball 4.
Now batting, the left fielder, Guillermo.
So it's first and second now. Nobody out. And up next will be Guillermo Heredia. From the stretch. Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here 0-1.
Little traffic on the base paths right here, but 1 pitch away from getting a double play and getting right back into control.
The 0-1 on its way. Now a swing, and he pops him up. And I believe, yes, the umpire signaling for the infield fly rule.
Up next to the Pirates, the shortstop, Kevin Newman.
So the Pirates batting order turns over and set to go. Kevin Newman. He went deep to the tune of a 3-run job his last time up. First pitch coming. Here it is. Push to the right side. To Iglesias for one. On to Davis for a side retiring double play. One left for Pittsburgh. Can't cut into that 6-3 deficit. At the plate, Chance Sisco. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far.
The catcher, Chance Sisco.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Now it looks like a right-hander's up and throwing in the Pittsburgh bullpen. The 1-0.
2 balls, no strikes.
Hate to do it, but I've got to question the pitch calling right there. With a guy like this at the plate, you got to attack him with your fastball instead of pitching him like he's a middle-of-the-order power guy.
And he's way off balance with the swing there.
You have to find a way to lay off that low sinker. There is just no way to do any damage. You're just looking at either a bruised shin or a ground out to the left side.
The 2-1.
It'd be great right here if he was able to work himself on base. You got the leadoff hitter on deck, and you know the middle of the order's coming up right behind him.
That's lifted the other way out to left. Heredia moves over a few steps to his right as he's got it for the first out.
Now batting, center fielder, Austin Haynes.
Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Austin Haynes. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Popped up. Bell shading to his right. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
The batter, number 11, shortstop, Jose Iglesias.
Ready once again, Jose Iglesias. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. Here's the first pitch to him.
Ball 1, no strikes. Nope, that's the ball.
He doesn't look like the same reliever right now, but listen, this is his 4th inning of work, and there aren't very many relievers that can go 4+ innings and be rock solid all the way through.
3-0 to him now. Holland has his sign. Here's the pitch.
Hey!
Swings through it for strike number 2.
He's having a great day at the dish. His timing is spot on. This pitching staff's going to have to find a different way of attacking him.
Oh, and he can't come up with it. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
Yeah, and with 2 outs, the pitcher was mentally in the dugout already. Now he's got to regroup and find a way to get out of this. Hard not to feel for the guy.
Anthony Santander will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ballgame. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. From the stretch. Rolled slowly down the third baseline, but this is foul for the first strike. And a sinker's in there for a called strike, and he forges ahead 0-2. There seem to be different philosophies on it, so Dan, what was your approach at 0-2 counts?
My philosophy is this. I think the last thing you want to do is...
Got him looking, and that'll do it. The inning is over. Orioles leave one as they're unable to add to their 6-3 lead. Seventh inning ready to roll. Now batting, Brian Reynolds. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. From the stretch, here's the pitch. This is line to left. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So it's a leadoff knock to start out the inning as they'll try to claw back at that 3-run deficit.
Hey, excellent job right there, leading off the inning with a base hit. We got to keep this line moving. We cannot stop. Nobody can make an out. We have to find a way to put 2 men, maybe 3 men, put some pressure on this defense.
At the plate now, Adam Fraser, and he puts it on the ground to second. And this will be a base hit into center. So the first 2 are aboard here to kick off the 7th.
Hey, Dero, not a bad night. 3 singles, but hey, you'll take 3 for 4 every day of the week.
Yeah, in today's day and age, Dan, where everything's a homer, a walk, or a strikeout, it's refreshing to see this guy throw out 3 base hits.
Paul Fry comes on now in an awfully difficult situation as there are 2 on here with nobody out. Josh Bell will be his first test out of the bullpen, and it'll be a tough test indeed as he'll face him with 2 on and nobody out here. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
1-0.
Lays off 1-0. Looks like a lefty and a right-hander throwing in the Baltimore bullpen. Here it comes, 1-0. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. Now a long throw home. Oh, but it's offline, so the run will score.
Hey, Dero, they're making this guy pay. That's 3 straight singles and a run driven in.
Yeah, nothing hit extremely hard. Killing him softly, station to station with those knocks.
So now to the plate, Gregory Polanco, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. We could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. The 1-0 delivery. Too much bite on the breaking ball that time as it's well off the outside. Fry has a good reputation for preventing the long ball. One swing can change the complexion of the ball game when you're coming in late, but he rarely lets that happen. Part of what makes him as effective as he is. Took a good cut that time. It comes up empty, 2-2. First and second here with nobody out. Just hung in there on that one. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time.
Every base runner in a close game like this really matters, so you can't afford to be giving out free passes this late.
Down the third baseline. But this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And that's low, ball 4.
That's a big no-no. He obviously had to work carefully with 2 men on, but he did not want to walk him to load the bases. Now he's really got his work cut out for him. We'll see how he fares here.
Next will be the designated hitter, Jose Osuna, 0 for 2 for him to this point. He's set. Here it comes. And this one runs up high. Ball 1.
When you're hitting in a situation like this, you have to find a way to slow your heart rate down. The pitcher's the one with all the pressure. You're looking to keyhole something middle of the plate and drive some runs in.
The 1-0.
Nowhere to put anybody. 2-0 count. Not a good spot to be in as a pitcher.
As a look, now the pitch. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
It often becomes harder to hit the zone when the pressure starts to heat up.
The 3-0. And that misses. Ball 4. A run will come in to score.
Well, that's just not a good look for the guy on the mound. Bases loaded. You expect him to bear down and really fight to get an out, but instead he walks home a run on 4 pitches.
Up next for the Buccos, Colin Moran, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Pitcher on the mound has to find a way to minimize damage right here. Got to believe he's willing to trade 2 outs for a run.
The 0-1. And the check swing here, but he pretty clearly broke the plane, and it's 0-2 now. From the stretch. Possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Nobody out. Swing, line drive, and he comes through in the clutch. This will tie the game and get everybody running. The tying run scores.
You know, it's awfully difficult to score runs late in the game after being down by 1-0. That base hit drives in 2. That's a huge base hit.
What a momentum swing. What an AB right there. Now you got to grab your leather and go out and flash some D for the boys.
Sean Armstrong comes on now, and he'll take over with nobody out in inning number 7. Standing in now, Jacob Stallings, as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. He's 1 for 2 in this one. The 1-0.
Oh, that's low. Hey.
2 balls and a strike. Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3.
And remember here, there's an open base at first, so a walk is not the worst thing that could happen right here.
Hit on the ground to third. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And that's out number 1.
Well, if you're going to bobble the ball, you have to hope it's when a guy is lumbering down the base pass. He's no speedster, so that was a good job to stay calm and make the recovery throw.
Stepping in, Guillermo Heredia. We'll see if he can deliver here. Runner still at second and third with one away now. From the stretch, runner goes. On the bunt attempt is popped up. Alberto is there, and he has it for the out. So striding in, Kevin Newman. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. Looking to keep this a one-run game. The pitch. And a strike called at the knees. 0-1. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball one. One and one. Here it is.
I got 2 on the count. Count for 3-1.
Brian Reynolds would be next. 4 runs here in this half inning. And he misses with it for ball 4. So the bases will be loaded now with 2 away.
Oh, that's a walk that could really change the complexion of the game. With the bases loaded, if he gives up a base hit right here, it could get real ugly.
Digging in and looking for more, Brian Reynolds. A couple of singles for him in 4 trips for him this afternoon. First pitch coming. Here it is. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Haynes is there, and he puts it away to stop the bleeding. So 4 score in the inning, but it could have been much, much worse as they wind up leaving the bases loaded. On now to the bottom of inning number 7. Pittsburgh leads this one 7-6. Michael Feliz gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
Number 45, Michael Feliz.
Last half of the 7th here, so now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Chris Davis. He was retired after popping out in his last at-bat.
Yeah, pretty impressive if you ask me. So many times you beat a sinker into the ground, you end up grounding out to third. You're running down to first base, and you're so upset at yourself. At least he got under the thing. He knows his bat plane is pretty decent.
Fastball too high, and it's 1-0. Oh, and not a swing for the bubblegum card there. It's 1-1. Now here it comes. And here's a fastball not close as he runs it to 2-1 now. To 2-2 now.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Here it comes.
Count is 3-2.
Man, that's a great take right there. Backdoor slider just missed the outside corner. This guy must have a really good eye. Most guys swing at that pitch.
Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one. Payoff pitch one more time. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Davis will round first and make his way to second now. And he'll get in at second base as the tying runs aboard with a leadoff double.
The designated hitter.
Man, that's got the sting for the pitcher and his teammates. They just get on the board and are feeling good about themselves, looking for a shutdown inning so they can get some more runs on the board. But instead, this guy blasts a leadoff double. Getting that shutdown inning is going to be a lot tougher now.
At the plate, Renato Nunez, as he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball, 0-1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Well above the letters with the fastball that time. No one out with a runner at second. And opposite field as he lines this down the line in right. And this will find the wall deep in the corner. He pulls into second safely as this game is tied late with a run scoring away from the play.
You know, D-Row, in today's game, it's not easy scoring in the late innings, so that RBI base hit to tie things up, that comes at a really good time.
Yeah, I say it's not easy. They got 11 guys in the bullpen, and I don't think a guy throws under 97 miles an hour with sink and cut. That is unbelievable he's able to get that knock in that big spot.
First pitch is a slider called for a strike. It's his job to get something into the outfield and give that go-ahead run a chance to score from second. Has a look, now the pitch. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
Yeah, this is straight survival mode. Down 0-2. The numbers are definitely not with the batter here.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out. Got him with a good high fastball there. Danny, we see a lot of that pitch in strikeout situations these days. What makes it so effective?
I think, Matt, what makes it such a tough pitch is you're changing eye levels. That fastball up looks so enticing to hit that you see that ball as a hitter, you think you can drive it, but it's really hard to get on top of that good high hard fastball.
And he lays off there, 1-0. A couple of RBIs for him already, and a chance for more here. Here's a breaking ball, but it doesn't quite find the strike zone. 3-0 now.
Awfully frustrating for a pitcher to make a close pitch like that just barely misses. Whew, that's a tough one to get back.
Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with one away. And no doubt about this one. It's in there, 3-1.
Stealing that strike on 3-0 was important, but you don't want to miss over the heart of the plate in this situation. I got to believe he's going to be way more aggressive right here.
A line shot to third base, and the runner gets back. No double play.
Now batting, number 24.
So stepping in, DJ Stewart. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1. Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with 2 down. That's strike 2 on a well-placed changeup around the knees. The 0-2. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Orioles settle for 1. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now, and we are tied 7-7. Tanner Scott has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 66, Tanner.
Stepping in, Adam Fraser. He's working on a 3-hit ball game right now.
Adam Fraser.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And that misses for ball 1. And a fastball that's about off the radar screen there. It's 2-0.
Well, this is the matchup they wanted, bringing in the reliever, but falling behind 2-0 doesn't exactly help the situation very much.
Now the pitch. That's lifted the other way out to left. Santander waits on it. 1 down.
The first baseman, number 55.
Time now for our starter comparison, and that tells the story. As you can see, neither guy able to get past 5 innings. So here's the cleanup hitter, Josh Bell. It was an RBI single for him in his last plate appearance. He's set, and the pitch. And a ball, 1-0. Strike taken up in the zone.
Hey, it looks like this guy's going to work in the upper part of the strike zone. It'll be interesting to see if this lineup can adjust to the way he pitches.
The 1-1 home. A bouncer up the middle. Iglesias to his left. He's there. And the off-balance throw beats him at first, and that's a tough play.
The right fielder, Gregory Polanco.
So 2 gone here in the Pittsburgh 8th, and the left-handed hitting outfielder Gregory Polanco bats next. First delivery to him on the way. In there, and it's 0-1.
0-1.
And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. 2 out, nobody on. And he lays off for a ball. 2-1. And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground, but this will wind up a foul ball. 2-2. And the inning goes away in unceremonious fashion on a swing and a miss at a ball way outside the strike zone. Down in order go the Pirates. Still tied 7-7. Nick Birdie is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 57.
Bottom of inning number 8 set to go. Digging in, Chance Sisco. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Here's the first pitch to him. Hit hard to the right. Foul. The windup and the 0-1. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Birdie, a 27-year-old. He was a first-round pick back in 2017.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player. I wouldn't put him on a superstar level, but you know what? They didn't miss with this pick either. You go into high rounds and you carve out a career the way this guy has, nice pick.
2 balls and 2 strikes, the count to Chance Sisco. Fouled away. Hit hard on the ground to second. Reined in. Throws in time, and that's out number 1.
Now batting, center fielder, Austin Haynes.
So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Austin Haynes. He got under one and popped out his last time up. First pitch of the at-bat. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. Right-hander starts to loosen out in the bullpen now. In there, and it's even at 1.
1-1.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. That nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
Now the 2-1. Grounded up the first baseline, but this will be a foul ball as that evens things at 2-2. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away.
That was a big strikeout there, guys. The best pitchers have the ability to strike guys out when they really need to. And that second out was really important at this point of the game. Could be something we look back on later when the game's over.
In now, Jose Iglesias. Yes, he'll take a look at ball 1. 2 hits in 4 attempts to this point. Into his windup, the 1-0. Good fastball as he gets the swing and a miss.
I think it's about time to choke up on that bat and get that foot down. He's awfully tardy right now.
Check swing, no swing, says the home plate umpire. Ball 2.
If he doesn't shorten his swing up right there, there's no chance he keeps his bat back.
On a good pitch there, had him stretching to get out there, and it's 2-2 now.
Man, this guy's been locked in all game long. I don't know where that ugly swing just came from.
Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Two balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. This remains a 7-all tie. Miguel Castro will be on the mound to start the 9th inning, and his job will be keeping the ball game tied until the bottom half.
Miguel.
So striding forward now, Jose Osuna. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game so far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. 9th inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1. 2 balls and no strikes to the Bucs DH.
I don't mind him trying to pitch him backwards right there with those 2 early count sliders, but now he finds himself in a situation where he's going to have to come fastball.
Fooled pretty badly there as he reaches to poke this one foul. Castro, a native of the Dominican Republic. He's a 5-year vet at the major league level. Oh, not cheated on that one. It's 2-2.
Hey, this guy's got an 89-mile-an-hour changeup. There was a time when 89 was a pretty good fastball.
A swing and a miss on a ball way out of the zone, and there's one away.
Wow, that's the case right there where a pitcher knows this guy's out there and he's in swing mode. That pitch wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he still swung at it.
Into the box, Colin Moran. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. It's been a 2-for-4 effort for him so far in the ballgame. Now the 1-0 is offered at and missed for the first strike. Movement in the Orioles bullpen now as they've got a left-hander up and throwing. One out, nobody on. Too much dip on the sinker, laid off for a ball. Skied into straightaway right. Stewart is there, 2 down.
Now batting, catcher, Jerrod Dyson.
Now at the plate, Jacob Stallings. He was a ground-out victim last time up. First offering on its way. Hit the other way out toward right field. Stewart is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. So they go down without a whimper here. The Orioles with a chance to walk it off as we go to the last of the ninth. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Digging in the switch hitter, Anthony Santander. He launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. Outfield shaded toward right center. Here's the first pitch. Back up the middle. Newman's got it. And there's one away.
The first baseman, number 19, David.
So now the Oriole cleanup hitter, Chris Davis. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Yeah, he did a great job to go down and get that one his last at-bat. But I got to think they're going to pitch him up, maybe elevate something in the zone. Interested to see how he approaches this next AB.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Bases are empty, 1 man out. They have him played perfectly as it's hit on the ground. And quickly there are 2 away.
The batter, the designated hitter, Newman.
And now the designated hitter for the Orioles, Reynolds Nunez. First pitch of the at-bat.
After watching that one go by and a ball being called, you could rest assured he knows he's not getting away with another one of those. I guarantee you he's going to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Ready with the 1-0.
Ball, that's off the plate.
Yeah, sometimes when you get 2 quick outs in an inning as a pitcher, you sort of lose focus and let up a bit. Let's see if he can get it back.
From the wind, the 2-0. 2 balls and a strike. And he lays off again, ball 3. Rio Ruiz would be next. Hit down the third baseline, but a foul ball, and it's full now at 3-2. Waved at and missed for the 3rd out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. Still tied 7-7. At the plate, Guillermo Heredia. His prior history versus this arm, he's 1 for 4. Pitch on the way. And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. And that's swung on and missed on a pitch down, 1-1.
Really deceptive changeup right there. It died right before the plate, and he was left reaching for air.
And there's ball 2 now. A 3-1 count to the left fielder of the Bucks.
One thing that can nag at you as a pitcher is having to work really hard to get a guy that you think you should be able to cruise right through. He's not known for his offensive prowess, but he's putting together a real nice at-bat here.
Oh, definitely a fastball swing there, but a good time for the changeup. It's full 3-2. And a good sinker there gets him swinging for the first out.
Well, I'm glad we get another look at that beauty of a pitch right there. You can't spot a sinker in a better location because even if you do get the bat on the ball, there's not a whole lot you could do with that. Textbook sinker.
To the plate now, Kevin Newman. As he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1 for 4 day. Now the 1-0 is at the knees and inside, but called a strike. And here's a slider for a called strike, and he's behind 1-2 now.
That's 3 straight sliders in a row. I'd be shocked. I would be shocked if he went to that well a 4th time. I'd be looking beater.
Softly hit toward the hole, and he'll flip it to the pitcher covering for the out.
The center fielder, number 10, Reynolds.
Stepping into the box, Brian Reynolds. He's looking for his 3rd hit of the ball game here. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. One and one, the pitch.
Ball 2. Count is 2-1. Aye.
2-2 now. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Santander waits on it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Pirates. This remains a 7-all tie. Ready for another shot now. Rio Ruiz. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, he's got to put that one behind him, especially with runners in scoring position. Those punch-outs will stick with you a little longer.
And there's a fastball well off the plate inside. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike.
Great job of doubling up with the fastball inside. A lot of times you'll see a pitcher go in there, but they won't go back in there a second time. This guy's not afraid to pitch inside.
One and two as the changeup had him out in front there.
classic case of the front shoulder flying open on that off speed. Needs to stay compact and stay in a big part of the field.
Count even at 2-2. Here's one that misses inside, and the count's run full now, 3-2. Hit back up the middle. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
I know he didn't smoke that one from the offensive standpoint, but you know what? A knock's a knock, especially to lead off an inning. Game tied, and it's getting late. That could prove to be pivotal.
Now time is called, and a very wise decision here with the potential winning run at first. They'll opt to put a little extra speed on the base pass. Into the box now, Hanser Alberto. This will show bunt, will pull it back for ball one. The winning run is at first base. The 1-0. Now a bunt attempt here as he gets this one down. And they'll put the tag on him going to first, but the sacrifice is successful.
The sacrifice was in order right there as he gets the bunt down right there. And sometimes it's easier to just tag him instead of making that throw to first base.
So a big moment in the ball game here. DJ Stewart, and he could very well get the intentional pass here, as that would set up a potential double play ball that might keep the game tied. Here's the first pitch.
Borderline pitch right there, but as a low ball hitter, you can live with that as long as the umpire doesn't give him north as well.
The 0-1. Runner's on his way to third. Pitch inside. The throw. The tag's there, and he's out trying to steal third. Great throw.
Thought he might have a chance to get in there safely when he got a good jump from second, but that was a good throw and a good tag to cut him down.
Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but this will wind up a foul ball. 2-2. Even at 2-2. The pitch. And he strikes him out to retire the side, so we'll play at least one more. One hit in the inning, but no one left. And we'll have to cancel those dinner reservations, partner. 11th inning coming up. And we are tied 7-7. Richard Blyer takes the mound to start the 11th inning.
Number 48, Richard Blyer.
Andrew Velasquez has come into the ballgame now as he takes over as the new third baseman. Now at the plate, Adam Fraser. They'll try to build on an already great game. He's 3 for 5 so far in this one.
Adam Fraser.
First offering on its way. Hops this one up. There to take it is the sure-handed Iglesias, one away.
The first baseman, number 55, Josh Bell.
Digging in once again, Josh Bell. He's looking for his third hit of the ball game here. First pitch of the at-bat. Strike taken as that one crosses over the inside part of the plate. Offered it a low one there, but came up empty. Pause, and the 0-2. Popped up. Davis over to his right. Makes the play, and there are two gone now.
The batter, the right fielder, Gregory Polanco.
Digging in, Gregory Polanco. Struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0 for 4 ball game right here. First pitch on its way. Two out, nobody on. And it's 1-1.
1-1.
Swing and a liner. A diving try, but it's through into the outfield.
Hey, guys, right there. You look for weaknesses. Can a guy come in? Can he command in? Obviously not the case in this situation. He went to the well outside half 3 times, and eventually the batter made a nice adjustment.
Now time is called, and we'll have a pinch runner at first, and that'll be a wise decision as he's the potential go-ahead run. At the plate now, Jose Osuna, as he'll take a look at a sinker here, too low for ball 1. There are 2 gone and the possible go-ahead run at first. The 1-0.
Ball 2. Your attention, please. Now running at first for the Pirates. Number 2, Eric Gonzalez.
Two out with the possible go-ahead run at first. And that one never threatened the zone. It's gone full now to 3-2. Colin Moran would be next. Now the 3-2 pitch. This is foul right side. Payoff pitch on its way. Hit in the air out to center field. Haynes is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Pirates leave 1. Still tied 7-7. Davidas Nevoroskis takes over now to start the home 11th, and he's looking to get this one to the visiting 12th. Jerrod Dyson is into the game as a defensive replacement now as he takes over in right.
Number 6, Jerrod Dyson.
Bottom of the inning now. Ready now, Chance Cisco. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. Here comes the first pitch.
He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep the ball around the knees like that.
Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1.
He would have had to go with the old school Tommy Hawk approach on that one if he wanted to get on top, but he was able to lay off it.
And a half-hearted attempt that time as he broke the plane of the plate. It's a ball and 2 strikes now. Pitch taken several inches below the zone, in fact. Struck him out.
Man, I love watching a pitcher that just rears back and blows smoke by a guy at the letters. That's the ultimate challenge pitch, and for me personally, watching hitters swing and miss, man, that's a sight of beauty.
So now to the plate, Austin Haynes, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. Looking to change his fortunes here. 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts so far in the game. Comes set and the 0-1.
1-1.
One out, nobody on. He'll try to bunt his way on as he gets this one down. And he'll beat the throw as he's got himself a bunt single.
Hey, that's perfect execution of getting a bunt down for a single right there. Taking everything into account, all the variables. He saw the corners were a little pushed back, and he knew his job was to get on base and pass the baton. And now he sets up the boys as the possible winning run.
At the plate, Jose Iglesias. And this one's in the dirt. And no advance. It's ball 1. The 1-0. He's running. Can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. Possible winning run on first, 1 man away. 2 balls and a strike. Before the pitch, a check on that winning run at first. And he'll dive back in safely. Below the zone, a swing and a miss.
Good thing he didn't make contact with that pitch. Only thing he could do is probably hit that on the ground. It could be a double play ball.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Waiting on it is Heredia. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, no left fielder, Anthony Santander.
So coming to the plate, Anthony Santander has got a chance to end this one and send these fans home happy if he can get a ball deep enough into the gap. Here's the first pitch.
Ball, that's inside.
Possible winning run stands at first with 2 out here. Two 2-0 to the Baltimore left fielder.
Well, both of those balls have been inside, so if I'm hitting, I'm looking for something I can get my arms extended on. Probably won't come back inside for a 3rd time.
In there, 2-1.
That's an impressive pitch right there. If you're willing to throw a changeup on 2-0, that tells me that's a pitch you feel really confident with.
And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1.
No reason to sit on anything other than hard stuff in a location you like and drive it right now.
And that misses, ball 4. So now the potential winning run moves into scoring position where a single could end this thing.
Just a nice piece of hitting right there, especially in extra innings. He didn't try to win the thing by himself or be a hero. He just patiently worked the at-bat until he earned the walk. We'll see if his teammates can pick him up now.
Here's the first pitch. Chris Davis is in now as he watches a pitch for ball 1.
Ooh, he's really in trouble, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. This guy needs to find the strike zone in the worst way.
The 1-0. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
What a great opportunity to come through right here. 2-0 count, runners on base. Find something middle of the plate and let it rip.
2 balls and a strike to the Orioles first baseman.
You can bet he wants that one back at the plate right now. That's a pitch you normally see a guy drive if he has the right approach going.
Now the 2-1. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Two and two. Here it is. And he strikes him out to retire the side, so we'll play at least one more. Orioles strand a couple. This remains a 7-all tie. Stepping into the box, Colin Moran. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. First pitch of the at-bat. He's set. Here's the 0-1.
Inside, ball 1.
And he pops him up, drifting toward the left side of the infield. And there's out number 1. Now, programming note to pass along. Those of you tuning in to see our afternoon aerobics show, Get Fit with Eddie Cram. Unfortunately, due to the length of the game, that show will not be seen today. Ladies, we apologize. Now in the box, Jacob Stallings. First pitch coming. Here it is. Here's the 0-1.
Yep. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's ball 2. That's out 2 and 2.
Line to the right side. It's flagged down deep in the hole. A flip from short right gets him, and there are 2 away.
Oh, man, you can't hit a ball any harder than that. I mean, this ball gets on him in a heartbeat. Nice job to stay with it, though, and then make the out at first.
Digging in to try it again, Guillermo Heredia, and looking to improve on a 1-for-5 effort so far. First offering on its way. A ball and no strikes. The 1-0. Hit on the ground out to short. Throw on to Davis takes care of him, and that'll end the inning. Down in order go the Pirates. Still tied 7-7. Chris Stratton will be summoned here to start the home 12th, and the best case scenario for him is to take us to the 13th.
Chris Stratton.
Bottom of the 12th inning now. Striding forward now is the DH, Renato Nunez. He's looking for his 3rd hit of the ball game here. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Plate and in, hits a ball and a strike. Stratton, a former San Francisco Giant, he was acquired via trade last year.
I know he'd tell you he'd like to be playing a little bit better, but I think it's as advertised for this ball club right now. I think the manager is getting exactly what they expected.
Slapped hard the opposite way. Again, a nice clean base hit, his third of the game. So the leadoff man reaches base safely here in extra innings.
All right, I'm going to need this guy to find his way across the plate. I think everybody's ready to go home. Nice leadoff base hit, not trying to do too much. Usually everybody's looking to launch and end it with the walk-off homer. He stayed with his approach and finds himself in good position.
Standing in now, Andrew Velasquez. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. Now a swing and a ball popped in the air back behind short. Newman will stay with it as he backs up and puts it away. One gone.
Now back, second baseman, Alberto.
Sliding into the box, Hanser Alberto. He went deep earlier, and he's 2 for 4 to this point. Here's the first pitch. This one's flared toward left center. Here's Reynolds moving forward on it. He can't get there as it falls in. And he's in there at third as the possible winning run.
Now back, number 24.
Stepping in now, DJ Stewart. As he'll take a changeup here for strike one. He's looking to bring home the winning run from third. The 0-1.
Nope. Ball one.
One ball and 2 strikes to count. Now the 1-2 pitch.
Props to the hitter right there for laying off with a guy on third. You want to be aggressive, but you have to get a pitch you can drive.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. A huge punch out there, and the winning run stays anchored at third with 2 gone now. That was a nasty looking slider that time.
Yeah, that was really well executed, Matt. A classic strikeout pitch. You think it's fastball middle in, then it starts bearing in on your back leg, and unless you hit it out front, there's nothing much you can do with that.
Into the box now, Chance Sisco, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball one. A 2-out hit'd win it. Fastball or wild pitch would do the trick just as well. Ready with the 1-0. Swing and a liner. Foul. Big spot here. Possible winning run at third. 2 down. Unable to find the zone with the slider.
I don't know why in the world anybody would want to be an umpire. That manager has given this umpire an earful on a pitch that he thought was a strike, and he's certainly trying to defend his pitcher.
Now the 2-1. Good fastball as he gets the swing and a miss.
This pitcher's bringing it with some high velo. You better get that front foot down early and get ready, or he's going to throw it right by you.
And it's fouled away. The 2-2 pitch. Again, he sends it out of play. Ready with another 2-strike offering. And he strikes him out to retire the side, so we'll play at least one more. Back-to-back strikeouts keep him out of danger. We'll play as long as it takes. Still tied on the show. Into the box now, Kevin Newman. He was a ground out victim last time up.
The shortstop, Kevin Newman.
From the stretch. Hit weakly back to the mound. And that's the first out.
The center fielder, number 10, Reynolds.
Coming to the plate now, Brian Reynolds. 2 hits in 6 tries for him thus far. Here's the first pitch to him. Sent on the ground out to second. On to Davis at first, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, second baseman, Adam Fraser.
Standing in, Adam Fraser. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Little chopper back to the mound. Throw on to first, a 3-pitch inning, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. This remains a 7-all tie. Digging in, Austin Haynes. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game.
The center fielder, Austin Haynes.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. 4-1. And they won't get him to chase the curveball in the dirt that time, and it's 2-0 now.
You know, sometimes it takes a pitcher a few pitches to get going, but those 2 pitches weren't even close. Falls behind in the count 2-0. It's time to start getting locked in.
2-0 count, the pitch.
Ball 3 to a leadoff hitter that can run. Not the greatest way to start this right here. I think right now you really have to start pouring some pitches into that strike zone.
And the winning run will reach. It's a leadoff walk to start the home half here in extra innings.
Well, that is definitely not the way to start an inning. One thing to give up a walk, but to do it on 4 pitches is pretty alarming. He looks a little thrown off right now.
In now for the O's, Jose Iglesias. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Here's the first pitch. And he'll try and get that winning run into scoring position as he puts this one down. To second for 1. Relay throw, but it'll be too late as he's well safe at first.
The left fielder, number 25, Anthony Santander.
Digging in now, Anthony Santander. It was a walk in his last trip. Here's the first pitch.
Ball 1. Look out, 1-0.
To 1-2 now.
It's going to be back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
Looked like the fastball got away from him there. It's ball 2. Down the first baseline, but a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. Fouled off. Ready with another two-strike offering. Grounded down the third baseline. Possible winning run on first, one man away. And he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
Looked to me like he had the right idea with the swing on that pitch, and he just didn't get the bat through the zone in time. The pitch was away. He let it get deep, maybe trying to take it the other way, but it got too deep and was by him by the time his barrel could get in the correct position.
To the plate now, Chris Davis. In the dirt here. And a huge mistake, as that's going to move the winning run into scoring position.
Well, the graphic here isn't going to properly show just how far that pitch was from the strike zone. That thing wasn't even close, and I think it made the decision to move up a base pretty easy to make.
One and one, the count to Chris Davis.
I know that fastball registered at about 92, 93, but I guarantee you it looked about 4 to 5 miles an hour faster than that for this offensive player. After coming off a curveball, the old push the throttle and pull it is being used.
That's lifted the other way out to left. Waiting on it is Heredia. He makes the catch, and the winning run is left stranded. So it's no runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left on base. Hang in as long as you can. Another inning coming up, and we are tied 7-7. Hunter Harvey is going to finally make an appearance in this one as he'll take over in the 14th inning.
Hunter Harvey.
Josh Bell will be the first one to greet him here as he'll be forced to turn around and hit from the left side now.
Josh Bell.
Now here's the pitch. Shot toward right center. And this is going to get down for what should be extra bases. And there's your potential go-ahead run.
You could tell he was thinking fastball all the way here, and that's exactly what he got. He was able to get the bat head out front and pull it into the gap in the right center. Now they're set up pretty nicely for a good inning after that leadoff double.
Here's Jerrod Dyson. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball one. Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with nobody out. And a breaking ball falls in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. And he fouls this one off. Now the 1-2 pitch.
Looked like he just tried to do too much with that fastball right there. He overthrew it a little bit. That's pretty much the case when you airmail a fastball like that.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out. So digging in now, Jose Osuna. His day at the plate hasn't amounted to much, 0 for 4, but this is a great opportunity to make amends.
Well, when your team really needs you, like they need it right here, you have to be able to put your personal struggles out of your mind. Right now is all that matters.
Here's the first pitch.
Yeah, he made up his mind early to take the first pitch because that thing was right down the middle.
changed up on him and dropped it in for a called strike. Out in front of that one, may have been looking fastball. Good job just to make contact. Off-speed pitch, and there is strike 3 called. And boy, that zone just got a bit larger. 2 away.
Well, that call looked like it was a little in the pitcher's favor, but it wasn't outrageous. Hey, listen, calling balls and strikes is a really tough job, and even the best are going to miss some from time to time, especially when they're sort of borderline like that last one. Not sure the hitter would want to hear that, though.
In now, Colin Moran, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. A couple of RBIs for him already, and a chance for more here. And it's 2-0 now to Colin Moran.
Now you can see he's working around this guy right here. Why not? First base is open. Walk wouldn't be the worst thing in this spot.
Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with 2 down. A strike, and it's 2-1.
Gutsy pitch right there. 2-0 changeup for a strike. Good call by the catcher. Great execution by the pitcher.
Now the 2-1. 2-2 the count. Even at 2-2. The pitch. This is pulled into right. Into a slide, and he makes a great catch to retire the side. A fine sliding catch here will take us to break. Don't leave us now. It's just getting good. We're back for more on the show. Kyle Crick, the 6'4" right-hander, comes in out of the bullpen to do the pitching.
Number 30, Kyle Crick.
On to the bottom of the 14th. Ready now for Baltimore. Renato Nunez. He enters this plate appearance 3 for 6 in the ball game thus far. He's ready. Here's the first offering. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. Now the pitch. And that one misses badly. It's ball 2. Too far out in front that time. He can't keep it fair. 2-1. Now here it comes. And that misses off the plate and low, so it's 3-1 now. Swing and a miss, and the count goes full 3-2.
He was able to sneak that fastball by him on 3-1, so now we've got a battle on our hands.
The 3-2 pitch. And possibly an interesting development here. It's a leadoff walk to begin the frame in extra innings.
Man, when the game is tied, the last thing you can afford to do is walk the leadoff hitter. Got to focus on getting that ground ball now.
Striding in, Andrew Velasquez. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. Here's the first pitch. Showing bunt, but he winds up taking ball 1. Got it back in time there, and it's 2-1.
Boy, not exactly what you'd like as a pitcher. One of the keys is to minimize your pitches, attack the strike zone early, a lot of deep counts, and working himself into a lot of trouble.
Now the 2-1. Bunt attempt is popped into foul ground. Possible winning run aboard here. Nobody out. They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
That was some nice execution on that pitch. Spotted it nicely down around the bottom of the zone. And when you do that, especially with 2 strikes, not a lot of guys are going to hurt you. You're going to get a lot of ground balls and swings and misses down there.
At the plate now, Hanser Alberto, as he'll take one up in the zone, but indeed in the strike zone for the first strike. Working on a good line in this ball game, 3 for 5 thus far. The 0-1 fouled away. Now the 0-2 pitch. Possible winning run on first, 1 man away. Tries the slider to ring him up, but he lays off 1-2. And he held up in time, but it's strike 3 called, and there are 2 down.
You know, I'm not quite sure how that strikeout will be scored, looking or swinging. He tried to check his swing, but I'm pretty sure the home plate umpire was ringing him up regardless.
Into the box, DJ Stewart. Yes, he'll take a look at ball 1. 2 hits in 6 tries for him thus far.
Ball.
2-0 now.
2-0, no strike.
Possible winning run stands at first with 2 out here. Two balls and a strike to count. Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. There's a breaking ball, but it's laid off and doesn't find the zone.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
Out of the stretch, the 3-2 home. And that misses ball 4. So now the potential winning run moves into scoring position where a single could end this thing.
He did not want to let the hitter off the hook with 2 outs, and now he's got a runner in scoring position to deal with.
At the plate, Chance Sisco. He's gone hitless to this point.
Not a great game up to this point, but none of that would matter if he could come through right here. A chance to be the hero.
Here's the first pitch. There's a good breaking ball as he gets the bottom of the zone. Possible winning runs at second with 2 down, however. Now a swing and a miss, and things are not looking real promising here. Down 0-2.
Well, he's hoping to be a hero and drive in the winning run, but that swing tells me he's a little too amped up. You don't chase a pitch that badly if you're playing within yourself.
A ball and 2 strikes to the Baltimore backstop now.
Hey, I get it. He wants to set up that breaking ball down and away, but that 0-2 fastball wasn't even close.
Misses, ball 2.
This is a huge pitch right here. I don't think he wants to go 3-2 and have those runners be in motion. Look for him to be aggressive with what he thinks is his best pitch right now.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Good eye to lay off the slider there, and he works it to full 3-2 here.
Wow, this is a pretty good at-bat right here. From down in the count 0-2 to work the count back to 3-2. And he's seen a lot of pitches, too.
Popped him up. Bell ranging into shallow right. Oh, what happened? He dropped it. And the Orioles are going to walk off winners.
Well, the way things unfolded, you kind of had a sense that this thing was going to end in dramatic fashion, and that's exactly what happened. A walk-off for the win? Wow.
Well, the man you see right there had a game to be proud of. He really came through when it mattered, and he's our top player of the game.
Yeah, no question. He was a tough out up there. Ended up collecting 3 knocks, including a home run. So without him in the lineup, I think this might have been a different story.
Close one. 8-7 is how it finishes today. The Baltimore Orioles brought the bats in this one with 18 total hits. Hunter Harvey gets the W on the mound. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to the show.